Sorry, I didn't see the McLaren.
It was right ahead of you.
Yeah, I was too late when I looked up. Yeah.
Okay, are you able to bring it back?
No, I crashed.
Okay, copy that.
Yeah.
K0, please. Are you okay? You okay?
Fuck. I also, my hands. Fuck. Oh, okay.
In what looks like such a minuscule crash, it has been confirmed to have broken Daniel Ricciardo's metacarpal on his left hand. In short, the metacarpals are higher on the wrist, in between the phalanges or the tips of the finger and the carpals, which we commonly call the wrist. Although it produced what could be F1's hardest photo in history, if you ignore the backstory and get rid of the marshal. There we go. It looks like Daniel has won a race around Zandvoort in that AlphaTauri. I can only explain this as a comedy of errors for the Aussies at the Dutch Grand Prix in FP2. We can see Daniel Ricciardo following in Oscar Piastri's footsteps and crashing into the barrier, confirming later that he didn't see the McLaren. And here I thought rookies were meant to follow the old-timers. Admittedly, he was all smiles as he left the paddock in a sling, but it was evident from the moment he crashed that he had an injury and he so clearly struggled to get out of that car. But why exactly is this bad for Daniel Ricciardo's future? Just like his statement committing to McLaren, he said that he will end his career in Formula 1 in the Red Bull family. However, what differentiates itself from the McLaren statement is one feels more genuine. He's not staying with the McLaren team. He's retiring with the Red Bull family. But with the Red Bull's first team's second seat being such a hot seat in Formula 1 at the moment, Christian Horner and Dr. Helmut Marko aren't just going to give that seat to anyone. So the question they have to answer is why or why not Daniel? And how has his injury set him back? Every single Daniel Ricciardo fan has turned into Charlie Bucket from Charlie and the Chocolate Factory when he screamed,
"You understand that I'm also gonna have to fire you."
I am a surgeon!
The internet is so quick to tell us that the recovery time for this injury is 6 to 8 weeks, but with the best of the best looking after him, I'm sure he won't miss more than a few races. Liam Lawson has been announced to be replacing Daniel Ricciardo for the Dutch Grand Prix, and for what I'd assume the foreseeable future until he's fully recovered and able to return to the top level. Now, should Daniel be scared of Liam Lawson? In short, yes. He should be scared of anyone who is gunning for that Red Bull seat. But what makes Liam Lawson so scary? Dr. Helmut Marko has gone on record stating that Daniel Ricciardo is not the only person who is being considered for the 2025 Red Bull seat. In other words, everyone is a threat. Liam Lawson races in Super Formula, arguably the category that is closest to Formula 1 in terms of speed and G-force. He was serving as a reserve driver for both Red Bull and AlphaTauri and has done so since the middle of the 2022 season. He currently sits second in his first year in the Japanese series. This guy is quick. He's known for winning the first race in any series he's raced in, so although watching him win this weekend is extremely unlikely, it would be a first. That says a lot about this young Kiwi driver. If he performs exceptionally standing in place at AlphaTauri on such short notice this weekend and goes on to race in Italy and potentially Singapore, only overturning positive results, it could just be another reason for Red Bull to sign him to AlphaTauri or whatever they become next season, or hell, even Red Bull itself as a full-time driver. The hand injury for Daniel Ricciardo could take a very long time to get back to 100%. We're still seeing Lance Stroll after his pre-season incident still suffer from soreness with a similar incident. Daniel Ricciardo is also much older than Lance Stroll is, which doesn't play into his favour. With young drivers climbing through the ranks such as Dennis Hauger, Jack Crawford, Enzo Fittipaldi, Isaac Hadjar, Ayumu Iwasa and Zane Maloney, Red Bull are not short on talent to replace Daniel or any underperforming driver. This incident also doesn't look very good for Daniel. Some may say he wasn't to blame, but who else would you blame? It just shows a snippet of a lack of awareness from him. Yes, it was a blind corner. Yes, he did his best to avoid T-boning Oscar Piastri, and yes, it wasn't a big shunt, but enough to break his hand. He put himself in that compromising position. Seeing what Daniel's done in the past, when he's at fault, he will be the first person to raise his hand and say so. And although I don't think we live in a world where I see Daniel Ricciardo retiring at any team that isn't Red Bull, Helmut has made it very obvious with this announcement that Red Bull's plan B for 2024 or 2025 if Checo doesn't perform may well be Liam Lawson. If you want my answer to that, it's why the heck not? I may be out of line here and against what most people believe, but if the best person to replace Ricciardo after his departure at the end of the 28 season isn't Ricciardo himself, why can't it be Liam? He showed great performances in F2, backed up by a brilliant start to the Super Formula. He's super consistent and very mature for his age. With good performances in the following weeks, I genuinely don't see why he can't be a proper option for Red Bull going forward. If Daniel doesn't fully recover, doesn't recover fast enough, his performances change once he gets back, or Liam really steps it up, puts Yuki in his place and overperforms, this could spell real trouble for Daniel. It's very interesting to see how Red Bull have played their cards. If you were in their position, would you have done the same? What do you think this means for Daniel's future? Let it all out in the comments. Leave a like if you enjoyed or learned something from this video, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll catch you guys next time. I've been F1 Luke Sam, and you guys, as always, have been amazing. Stay safe.